Jesse Tree, Day 8. Today we have 3 readings from the book of Genesis, chapter 37, verses 1 through 36, chapter 45, verses 4 through 15, and chapter 50, verses 15 through 21. Today's reading is about Joseph and how God makes things good. Genesis chapter 37, Joseph, the dreamer. Jacob stayed and lived in the land of Canaan. This is the same land where his father had lived. This is the story of Jacob's family. Joseph was a young man, 17 years old. His job was to take care of the sheep and the goats. Joseph did this work with his brothers, the sons of Bilhah and Zilpah. Bilhah and Zilpah were his father's wives. Joseph told his father about the bad things that his brothers did. Joseph was born at a time when his father Israel was very old, so Israel loved him more than he loved his other sons. Jacob gave him a special coat, which was long and very beautiful. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father loved Joseph more than he loved them, they hated their brother because of this. They refused to say nice things to him. One time Joseph had a special dream. Later, he told his brothers about this dream, and after that, his brothers hated him even more. Joseph said, "I had a dream. We were all working in the field tying stacks of wheat together. Then my stack got up. It stood there while all of your stacks of wheat made a circle around mine and bowed down." His brothers said, "Do you think this means that you will be a king and rule over us?" His brothers hated Joseph more now because of the dreams he had about them. Then Joseph had another dream and he told his brothers about it. He said, "I had another dream. I saw the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowing down to me." Joseph also told his father about this dream, but his father criticized him. His father said, "What kind of dream is this? Do you believe that your mother, your brothers, and I will bow down to you?" Joseph's brothers continued to be jealous of him, but his father thought about these things and wondered what they could mean. One day, Joseph's brothers went to Shechem to care for their father's sheep. Jacob said to Joseph, "Go to Shechem. Your brothers are there with my sheep." Joseph answered, "I will go." His father said, "Go and see if your brothers are safe. Come back and tell me if my sheep are all fine." So Joseph's father sent him to the valley of Hebron to Shechem. At Shechem, Joseph got lost. A man found him wandering in the fields. The man said, "What are you looking for?" Joseph answered, "I'm looking for my brothers. Can you tell me where they have gone with my sheep?" The man said, "They've already gone away. I heard them say that they were going to Dothan." So Joseph followed his brothers and found them in Dothan. Joseph sold into slavery. Joseph's brothers saw him coming from far away. They decided to make a plan to kill him. They said to each other, "Here comes Joseph the dreamer. We should kill him now while we can. We could throw his body into one of these empty wells and tell our father that a wild animal killed him. Then we will show him that his dreams are useless." But Reuben wanted to save Joseph. He said, "Let's not kill him. We can put him into the well without hurting him." Reuben planned to save Joseph and send him back to his father. When Joseph came to his brothers, they attacked him and tore off his long and beautiful coat. Then they threw him into an empty well that was dry. While Joseph was in the well, the brothers sat down to eat. They looked up and saw a group of traders traveling from Gilead to Egypt. Their camels were carrying many different spices and riches. So Judah said to his brothers, "What profit will we get if we kill our brother and hide his death? We will profit more if we sell him to these traders. Then we will not be guilty of killing our own brother." The other brothers agreed. When the Midianite traders came by, the brothers took Joseph out of the well and sold him to the traders for 20 pieces of silver. The traders took him to Egypt. Reuben had been gone, but when he came back to the well, he saw that Joseph was not there. He tore his clothes to show that he was upset. Reuben went to his brothers and said, "The boy is not in the well. What will I do?" The brothers killed a goat and put the goat's blood on Joseph's beautiful coat. Then the brothers showed the coat to their father, and the brothers said, "We found this coat. Is this Joseph's coat?" His father saw the coat and knew that it was Joseph's. He said, "Yes, that is his. Maybe a wild animal has killed him. My son Joseph has been eaten by a wild animal." Jacob was so sorry about his son that he tore his clothes. Then Jacob put on special clothes to show that he was sad. He continued to be sad about his son for a long time. All of Jacob's sons and daughters tried to comfort him, but Jacob was never comforted. He said, "I will be sad about my son until the day I die." So Jacob continued to mourn his son Joseph. The Midianite traders later sold Joseph in Egypt. They sold him to Potiphar, an officer of the king of Egypt and the captain of his palace guards. Our story continues in Genesis chapter 45. And this is years later, and Joseph has become very powerful. His brothers come to the town looking for food. So Joseph said to his brothers again, "Come here to me, I beg you, come here." When the brothers went to him, he said to them, "I am your brother Joseph. I am the one you sold as a slave to Egypt. Now don't be worried. Don't be angry with yourselves for what you did. It was God's plan for me to come here. I am here to save people's lives. This terrible famine has continued for 2 years now, and there will be 5 more years without planting or harvest. So God sent me here ahead of you so that I can save your people in this country. It was not your fault that I was sent here. It was God's plan. God made me like a father to Pharaoh. I am the governor over all his house and over all Egypt." Israel invited to Egypt. Joseph said, "Hurry up and go to my father. Tell him his son Joseph sent this message. God made me the governor of Egypt, so come to me quickly. Don't wait. You can live near me in the land of Goshen. You and your children, your grandchildren, and all of your animals are welcome here. I will take care of you during the next 5 years of hunger, so you and your family will not lose everything you own." Surely you can see that I really am Joseph. Even my brother Benjamin knows it to be me, your brother talking to you. So tell my father about the honor I have received here in Egypt. Tell him about everything you have seen here. Now hurry, go bring my father to me." Then Joseph hugged his brother Benjamin, and they both began to cry. Then Joseph cried as he kissed all his brothers. After this, the brothers began talking with him. Our final portion is from Genesis 50. The brothers are still afraid of Joseph. After Jacob died, Joseph's brothers were worried. They were afraid that Joseph would still be mad at them for what they had done years before. They said, "Maybe Joseph still hates us for what we did." So the brothers sent this message to Joseph. "Before your father died, he told us to give you a message. He said, 'Tell Joseph that I beg him to please forgive his brothers for the bad things they did to him.' So now, Joseph, we beg you, please forgive us for the bad things we did to you. We are the servants of God, the God of your father." That message made Joseph very sad, and he cried. His brothers went to him and bowed down in front of him. They said, "We will be your servants." Then Joseph said to them, "Don't be afraid. I am not God. I have no right to punish you. It is true that you planned to do something bad to me, but really, God was planning good things. God's plan was to use me to save the lives of many people. And that is what happened. So don't be afraid. I will take care of you and your children." And so Joseph said kind things to his brothers, and this made them feel better. Joseph's colorful coat reminds us that God is always with us, even when times are bad. Joseph went through some very hard times, but God was with him and turned those hard times into good things. Jesus went through some very hard times when he lived on earth. He was falsely accused, arrested, and put to death, but God was with him and he turned those hard times into good things. And because of his plan, we are all saved through Jesus. Think of some of the hard things that you've had to face. How did God help you get through it? Our challenge for today. Another name for Jesus is Emmanuel, which means God is with us. Thinking of our story today, I encourage you to make a phone call or send a card to someone you love, reminding them that God is with us and He has a plan.